It's debatable here on MLBbro.com.
Yo, let's get right after it. We're coming up on the quarter pole right now. Memorial Day right around the corner. To me, it's like the long horse race. You know what I'm saying? You get to the quarter pole, you got to feel for the way that the season is going. Tell me right now, if you had an MVP vote for MLBbro MVP, who would it be?
I got to go with Mookie Betts, man. I think he's been the best player in baseball for the first, 50-something games of the year. I think he's been incredible. I mean, it's Mookie Betts. I mean, it's an easy answer, right? Who doesn't go with Mookie Betts as one of the best players? And I mean, forget MLBbro, best players in all of the sport. I mean, right now, I think he's got to be your clear-cut favorite for National League MVP. I know Ohtani will have something to say, but we don't talk about Ohtani on this show, at least directly. We're talking about Mookie Betts, one of the best players in all of sport. He can hit for power, hit for average. Obviously, we know he's a great defensive player, no matter where on the field you're playing him. I mean, just look at what he's doing this year. I mean, he's playing shortstop, he's playing second base, sometimes he's moonlighting in the outfield. He's bouncing back and forth. I mean, he's an incredible player. And then if you look at his numbers, he's slugging .533, he's got a .435 on base percentage, 29 RBIs, he's batting .337. I mean, he is on his way to winning a National League MVP, of course, if he stays at this pace. So I think it's clear and obvious that it's Mookie Betts as your first quarter MVP MLBbro.
He is one of a number of valuable players on that Dodgers team in that.
But he's
Dodgers
the engine,
lineup,
though.
Man.
He's the engine.
I'll grant you that. But I'm going to tell you something, man. The more and more I watch, and maybe I'm playing shamelessly to the home crowd here, I'm digging what C.J. Abrams is doing for the Washington Nationals. I mean, this kid is just unbelievable defensively. I'm not enamored by his numbers because you can make the argument that at 269 with 7 home runs as we speak, it's kind of pedestrian. But when you look at him up close and personal, his defensive range is phenomenal. I mean, I never thought I would say this, but he's going to be a black, more athletic version of Cal Ripken when all is said and done. I mean, to me, for an offense that has nothing around him to speak of that makes anybody scared, I mean, I'm not fearing Kiba Ruiz. CJ is getting his thing on, and when it comes to most value for the player without all the amenities around him, I'm rolling with CJ Abrams.
All the love in the world for CJ Abrams, but it's still Mookie. I mean, come on now. Mookie Betts, he is you could argue he's the best player in baseball, black, white, whatever. And then what he's doing for that team, I know you said that they've got a lot of guys.
He's got the best player in baseball on his team.
You could argue he's better.
Ohtani.
He's better. He impacts the game in a lot of ways. I know.
So does Ohtani now. But he's just not allowed. He can't pitch
the positional versatility. I just listed his accolades, what he's doing at the plate. And then you look at his positional versatility. He can play all 3 outfield positions. He probably could play all of the infield positions if you really wanted him to. What he does on the field, what he does with the bat, his versatility, his quiet, kind of calm, Jeter-esque, if you'll say, demeanor.
But that's
He's
true.
just a winning player, and he backs it up with the production on the field. I mean, he's the one constant on that team. You talk about Ohtani, you talk about Freeman, you talk about Smith, you talk about the pitchers, and who's in, who's out, but the one constant, death, taxes, Mookie Betts for the Dodgers. He's incredible.
Could the Dodgers still be in contention without him?
They could,
in contention. We're not talking World Series contention.
They would still be in contention, but I don't think they would be as good as they.
Okay, that's what I'm pointing. Hey, the Nationals are trying to get to 500. Can they get to 500 without C.J. Abrams?
No, they'd be a bad team. But
exactly.
But I'd argue they're still going to be a bad team with C.J. Abrams. That's the point.
They don't have to be. They can still be average. I think that, I was the one that held out hope that they were going to be the team this year that went 500. Nobody believes me. If C.J. Abrams hits 30 home runs, I'll guarantee you Washington makes 500.
Brother man, C.J. Abrams is having a great year, but it's Mookie all the way. Come on now.
For more, right now, go to MLBbro.com.